Hello folks, this is just to add context to the interview that you're about to watch. It took place in August in Croatia. It's now late October. As you probably visibly obvious, I've been on the protocol that is discussed in the latter part of the interview for 5 weeks, and it's already having positive effects, which is great. I also didn't know during that interview about a second, also fairly severe, fairly serious illness that I was developing, which is metabolic syndrome. So within a few months I was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea and metabolic syndrome. This is just to add some context to this interview, otherwise you'll be confused with the timeline. So that being said, I hope you enjoy the interview.
Hello ladies and gents, welcome to the podcast. I'm joined here today with my friend Stella, and we're going to be talking about narcissism, death, spirituality, psychedelics, and discipline. Something Stella knows all about, and I know very little about, and I hope to learn. Stella.
Only from my talk.
Yes. How do we know each other from Dubai, right?
Yes.
Could you tell people a little bit about your background and what it is you do now?
So about my background, are we talking about professional background or?
Yes. No, we'll do professional first and then personal afterwards.
Okay.
When we get into the narcissism section. Because dividing the personal story from narcissism is hard.
Yes. So actually, I'm born in Croatia, and I was living in Croatia for 30 years. And I actually have a law degree, and I used to work in a lawyer's office and the courts, and it was such a boring thing. And I decided to change that. So nearly 9 years ago, I became a fitness trainer. So
you're a lawyer who lifts.
Yes, because I felt bored. That's actually something I didn't want to do.
Which is harder, lawyering or lifting?
Lawyering, of course.
Yeah.
Because lifting is not boring. You never know what's going to happen.
But
with lawyering, it's just, you always go through the same books and through the same things. And at least for me, it was really boring.
Yeah. So what made you move to Dubai?
So for the first, I lived in Ireland for nearly 4 years. And then I felt kind of sick because of the weather. I really liked Dublin and people there. Mm-hmm. Everything except food, actually. But weather was too grey for too long. Mm. So I went back to Croatia, but I knew I'm gonna leave. Mm-hmm. As soon as I came, I was like, I'm gonna stay here maybe for a little while, and then I'm gonna leave again. I just don't know what direction. Mm-hmm. And I was working in a fitness center Joker for a year and a half as a freelancer. So I had my own business, and it was very successful. But in less than 2 years, year and a half, I saw it's the end. This is the maximum, and I won't be able to expand more. And again, I started feeling like suffocated, and I felt like I should move and do something different again. And I was always dreaming about living in different continent than Europe. And then I got this opportunity to go for Dubai, and this is how I decided to move.
It's a lovely Dubai, which we love.
A lot.
So we have a mutual interest in narcissism, and that's partly how we became friends.
Yes.
Through me narcissistically abusing you into a friendship that you didn't want. That's not what happened. That is not what happened.
This really didn't happen. I was in his DMs.
So, yes. Score. Narcissism in your personal life. I think we've had similar experiences in family life. Where did your first exposure to narcissism start?
In my family. Okay. Definitely, but I didn't understand that. I thought it's completely normal for your parents not to be interested in you as a person at all. For me, it was just like, okay, this is normal. I'm a kid. I don't have any rights to have my own opinion. I don't have any rights to have my own interests. I don't have any rights to think. And whatever they say and whatever they want, I have to do. Especially my father.
Ty moraš slušat.
Yes.
Always and forever.
Ja moram slušat. Always and forever, yes.
Do you think this is a common experience for people growing up in ex-Yugoslavian countries?
This is actually a tricky question. In my opinion, I think yes, it is. So I don't know if I was surrounded with friends by law of attraction. So I just attracted this kind of friends in my life because they had very similar experiences. I've never had friends who were shocked by me telling to them what's going on in my home.
Yeah.
They were all like sharing like similar experiences and we were all stuck in the same dynamics. So in my opinion, from my own experience, because this is later in my story, and when I'm talking about my friends from high school and my friends from my college, I dare to say it's Eastern Europe thing.
You go Eastern Europe. I've definitely seen in my client base, ex-Yugoslavia has a problem.
Yeah.
For sure, with depersoning children and causing children to need to feel like they've got to fight for an identity. A little bit in other Balkan countries, Albania and Romania as well, to the point where they don't know that abuse is abuse. They'll just be like,
It's normal. This is love.
Right.
This is love.
This is a special kind of love where you don't exist.
Exactly.
as an individual
You don't have
person.
any rights because we know the best.
I didn't have exactly the same experiences as you growing up. In Liverpool, it's a lot of descendants of Irish immigrants who had a lot of poverty, experienced a little bit of racism coming over. They were very, very wealthy. Then they lost it. So it's kind of like Detroit in America was very, very wealthy. And then it lost wealth, the huge wealth in one generation. It just left once the shipping stopped. So there's intergenerational trauma there that leads to, I think in the northwest of England, there's a tremendous amount of borderline personality disorder knocking around and narcissism.
It goes together like a puzzle.
It really does. It really does. And Catholicism. Anyway, later in adulthood, there was a little bit of a repetition compulsion for you, I guess.
Yes.
How many clinically narcissistically abusive relationships would you say you've been in?
2.
2.
Yes.
Where you think the person...
No, I think. I know.
You know.
What I suspect is 3. What I know 100% is 2.
Ah.
Because they are diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder.
And
they are diagnosed with that. I would say 3, because I think one of them was as well very psychopathic and narcissistic. But for these 2, I know 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to have that kind of therapist who literally told me just, and look, you are living with a psychopath. You should leave if you want to survive. And then I was like, how do you know that? Oh, my colleague is treating him. It's one of the worst cases of narcissistic personality disorder. And we really like you, although I can like lose my license because I'm telling you this, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
He's sick. So you should leave.
Nothing like a bit of professional discretion. That was
Thank
nice
you.
of them. That was nice of them, though.
Yeah.
What was so you've been in 3 narcissistically abusive relationships. What was the impact on your health?
Very bad on my mental health and even on my physical health as well. So on my mental health, I became very insecure. I realized that I've lost actually my personality. I lost my desires. I lost my plans. I lost everything what I was dreaming of in this kind of relationships because I was completely, I was a people pleaser. I was just afraid that I'm not going to fit in. I was afraid that actually there is something wrong with me and I have to do all of this if I want to be accepted. And literally that happened in my relationship. I have to do this. I have to fulfill this role. I have to do that because this way I'm going to be loved. Because this is what I've learned at home.
Yeah.
So basically, actually when I cut my finger, I talked to you, I told you this story about when I cut my finger. Actually, I still have a scar there. When I realized that there's something really twisted, sick, and completely wrong in that relationship.
What happened with the finger cutting story for the people who don't know?
Okay. Actually, I was living with my narcissistic ex, and we were sharing like the rent and everything 50-50. And I was completely fine with that. And one day, he was drugged and he was playing video games as usual whole day. And I came at home and he was drugged in the front of the screen. And I was just like, I told him, I'm just sick of this. You have to change or I'm going to leave. And then he didn't know what to say. And he started screaming and shouting, and he told me, you haven't buy anything for the fridge for the past like 6-7 days, and you dare to criticize me, and I bought the food for a whole week. And it's actually gaslighting. He was just like switching the game because
reversing it on you,
reversing it on me, and trying to find faults in me. And actually he was successful in that. I just blocked and I just stopped and I was frozen and I completely lost everything what I wanted to tell him. All I was thinking about that for a days. When he started screaming on me, I was just like frozen and I stopped. And tomorrow morning when we woke up, he started his morning as usually, smoking the weed as soon as he opened his eyes. And I was like, okay, here we go again. But whole day in my head, I had this like screams from the last night. So I was working whole day. In my break, I was working out. So when I finished everything, 10:30 p.m., 10:30, I ran to the shops. I bought everything for house, and he was with his friend, and I wanted to prepare dinner and everything to show him that I'm worthy, that I'm great. So I was in a rush because he could be there in a minute, in 3 minutes, in 15 minutes at least. I should prepare like the basics before he comes. And in a rush, I cut my finger, and I cut it seriously.
Which finger? This one.
This one. I cut like whole this part, like completely. I cut it off.
You cut the pad off. So it was like hanging off.
Yes, it was completely hanging off. And I called him and I told him what happened. And still I didn't understand what's going on really behind the scenes in my head, in my subconscious mind. I didn't understand dynamics in my subconscious mind. So he came and he started like being very protective towards me. And I didn't expect that because day earlier he was screaming whole day. We didn't hear from each other from the early morning because we had like very busy schedule, both of us. And he came and he started being very protective, and I was just shocked. I was like waiting for him to scream. And he told me, you know what? You shouldn't be like this. Why you were running in the shops? Why you've done all of this? We could order a dinner. And I was like, what is this? Like yesterday you told me that I haven't bought anything like for in the fridge, yes, for a week. And now you're telling that everything is fine and I shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, of course. I was angry and I just wanted to say whatever, but you know that I don't mean that. And I was like completely confused. I didn't know what to think. And I was just like, let's save this finger and then we'll talk later on. And I told him later, actually, I would never do this to someone I really love. And this night, finally, I realized that I hate myself. I started really, I started having like huge hatred towards myself with him because he was criticizing for every single detail. So I told him, now I'm just thinking myself, if you're working whole day, if you're busy all day, and I really love you, and I would never put this kind of pressure on you, especially by the end of the day, and if I'm doing something wrong. So just imagine in your head, if I'm smoking in the front of the screen whole day, and you're working whole day, and I'm just trying to find faults in you once when you show mine. And I would never do this someone I really love. So it's not even about you. I don't love myself, and it started all with you. And this is actually when I realized that I'm really harsh on myself with this like accident.
That's your feminine side, assertive finger.
Yes,
you
exactly.
chopped yourself in your assertive feminist energy.
Yeah.
People can play. Narcissists like to play where they take so if they want to reverse something, they'll find something very small that you've done and then pretend that it's big.
Yes, they're
Pretend
gonna
that it's
make
huge.
like huge problem.
From nothing.
From nothing.
But as I said to Mohammed today, that can actually only work if you're conditioned from childhood into guilt. Because if you're not,
It's a science.
Yeah.
You're gonna know immediately what you're saying is just bullshit, and that's it.
Yep.
But if you're fired and wired on guilt and driven by guilt, it makes sense 100%.
And you think, well, I am a piece of shit, so probably I did do something wrong.
Yes.
Because you're already running the paradigm, there must be something wrong with me, there must be something wrong with me. And so it works, but it wouldn't work on a healthy person. Same story, same girl, different location. She loves animals. So we were staying at my uncle's house and he has dogs, and she was on the bed with the dogs. She does have an allergy to animals, but she just overcomes it because she loves animals so much. So she's on the bed with the dogs, petting the dogs, these Cocker Spaniels, Springer Spaniels, sorry. Stupid but lovely creatures. And the next day I opened the door and let them in so they could jump up on the bed where she was and she could stroke them again. And she went, "What are you doing? I have allergies." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I must have done something wrong." And I flashbacked into my childhood and my mother screaming at me and all the rest of it. And then I shooed the dogs out and I closed the door and I was like, "I swear to God, I saw you on the bed with these dogs yesterday, 24 hours ago." But I didn't say that to her.
Yes.
Because I just internalized it and I was like, maybe that didn't happen. Instead of the rational adult response would be, "Hey, you had the same..."
I saw you yesterday doing
With the
this.
dog. So
I just wanted to make your day.
Yeah. What the fuck? What are we doing? But the surge of adrenaline, it shut down that reasoning, shut down all capacity for reasoning. And I just went straight into like a freeze response and internalized the guilt. I was wrong. So we both lived the joint fantasy that Richard is a selfish, thoughtless piece of shit. And we both enjoyed that fantasy, or not enjoyed, but were gratified because we both pre-believe that. She is a narcissist, is living that delusional reality that she's perfect and her partner's a piece of shit.
And you were pulled.
And actually, I also believe she's perfect. Yeah. I'm on a pedestal and I am a piece of shit. So we're both sat there like a pair of dickheads going, "Yeah, Richard's a dumbass." So that's narcissism. We've actually only been friends since January this year, really.
Yes, really.
Yeah, because we knew each other a while before, but not too much.
Yeah, we saw each other once.
And you've seen me in various states of unraveling because this has been a difficult year for me. And you did warn me to calm the fuck down a few times and stop vaping and drinking loads of coffee.
Immediately in the morning when you open your eyes.
Yes.
I didn't saw him doing that. I have to say this.
Oh yeah, immediately in the morning when you open your eyes. How could you know that?
Yeah, exactly. And whole podcast about that.
Yeah. It was 10 minutes after I'd opened my eyes because you were seeing each other every day. Eventually I did get a little bit sick.
Yes.
Yeah. And we were doing training together and stuff. You were trying to help me with diet. Actually, you did help me with diet. You got me backtracking.
And I wanted to help you with the training, but you're not listening.
Okay. Tell them why I wasn't listening. What did I do wrong?
You just think it's not enough sets. It's not enough reps. It's just not that complicated. It's so simple, and you're going to lose your gains probably, or you feel bored.
It's more about feeling bored. It's not about gains for me. It's more about self-destruction.
Yeah. You're not able to ruin yourself with, with my method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes the voices in my head stop screaming. So I was in trouble. I've been in trouble. I got shouted at 2 days ago. But
Again.
So eventually, I did get quite sick. Now I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna give them the data. But this is not going to apply to me. This isn't actually going to happen. So don't panic. I got diagnosed eventually with severe sleep apnea. Long story short, I got severe sleep apnea, which under the age of 50 can give you a life expectancy of 8 to 12 years. That isn't going to, I'm not saying I'll be dead in 8 to 12 years, so don't panic. That won't apply to me because I won't have sleep apnea inside of about 18 months. I think I'm going to be able to clear it up. It induced, as you know, like panic attacks because of brain hypoxia, anxiety. Yeah. And probably when I was in Dubai with you, dealing with the stress of getting the residency there and everything else, oh my God. I think that was happening. It was also
all artificial environment. It doesn't help.
No. And I was living
because you can't recover properly.
I was living in Palm, which is
in a
hotel, which is really noisy. Everybody was partying all the time, hyperstimulated, over anxious, underslept. And yeah, eventually I think I lasted
undereat, overtrained.
Yeah, what? Listen. Listen here, you. No, she's right. She's right. I wasn't. I kind of listened for a bit, but it's very hard for me.
No, you didn't.
I must have done 3 or 4 workouts.
No. You always add something.
Did I?
Yes.
Shit. So there was a lack of restraint from me. Then I think I went back to the UK. Then I went to Ibiza. I think outside of Dubai, I lasted 3 or 4 weeks before I got really, really sick. Really sick, and had to see a doctor. They're talking about doing surgery on my nose, on my tongue, on my throat. I'm now using a CPAP machine where you strap this thing over your head and it helps you to breathe at night. All of that's going to be resolved, I think, in about a year to 18 months. I've stopped vaping.
Yes, you stopped vaping.
I did stop vaping. But there's a lack of regularity, right?
Yes, lack of structure.
Lack of structure.
There is no structure.
You like structure, don't you, Stella?
I love it.
Have you always...
Obsessed by structure. So you think that I'm autistic because of that?
I didn't say...
Yes, you did.
Maybe said that. It was more...
Yes, I like structure. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Structure, repetition, everything in its proper place. And you really don't like too much noise either, do you?
No.
No.
I don't like noise at all.
Were you always like this?
Yes, since I was a kid.
Okay.
Since I was a kid, my nervous system was like that. Since I was like 3-4 years old, I just don't like noise. I don't like clubbing. I don't like noise at the gym as well. This is actually, I was so motivated to become an online coach so I can avoid spending my days at the noisy gym.
Right.
Because I love gym and everything about the gym except the noise.
Okay.
Because usually music is just a torture at the gyms. Maybe if they have a good taste, maybe it would be fine. But it's so bad. It's garbage. It's literally garbage.
Why at the gym here, why didn't they play like Croatian or Serbian music? They always play dance music. Why did you give me that look? What's the name of the song that you told me to listen to by Sella?
Which one?
The red light one.
Prođi sa mnom kroz crveno.
I think it's just called Crveno. That's a jam. That slaps, but you never hear stuff like that anywhere.
Because we were in a war with Serbians, maybe?
Oh, it's a bit like, don't play Serbian music.
We don't play Serbian music here at the gyms and cafe bars, only nightclubs.
At nightclubs?
Yes, nightclubs, not summertime, nightclubs, wintertime, you can find lots of this kind of music. But summertime, no, because they don't know that British gentlemen really enjoy Balkan music.
They would if they heard more of it. British gentlemen need to be exposed to more Balkan music, and they can learn about this wonderful woman called
Ciganka Samala.
Yes. That's the jam as well. Ciganka Samala, ochi moje gori. You wake up at 4:20.
Yes.
And then what is the first, like you...
For the first I breathe for like 15 to 20 minutes.
You start breathing exercise.
Yes, I start breathing exercises. It's very specific. Sometimes I do like 4 cycles, sometimes 5 or 6. It depends. If I'm not that patient and if I really can't regulate myself, I'm not forcing myself to do like 2 more rounds of breathing, because it's about breathing and holding the breath and then letting go and stuff. So it's a little bit kind of complicated. So usually I do 3 to 4 cycles if I'm not patient and if I can't regulate myself. But if I successfully regulate myself, sometimes I can go up to 6 to 7 cycles, and then it takes up to 40 minutes. And then after that,
yes,
I do my ice baths.
So you've done somewhere between 20 to 40 minutes of breath work.
Yes.
Then you get up and then you take bags of ice.
Yes.
In your apartment in Dubai, and you start loading them into a bath.
Yes, correct.
It's now 4:40 in the morning.
Now I have a machine now. It's not bags anymore. That was at the beginning because I wasn't sure if I want to invest in that machine because it's not cheap. And then I started with the bags. And then when I saw it works for me, and this is something I would like to do every single morning, I just bought a machine.
How much of the ice bath is ice and how much is water?
It's like 80% is ice and 20% is water. And then it starts melting, of course. But yes, it's 80-20.
And then around 4:45, you look at that bath full of ice and you think, I'm getting in there.
Yes.
Or
I'm gonna die.
inside now.
No, I'm gonna die in general very soon in my life if I don't do things like this. I don't know. It's maybe some weird spiral of the thoughts, but I think I wouldn't be able to survive without this kind of rituals. It keeps me sane.
How long does it take you to submerge your body into the bath? Like, are you doing it slowly?
It depends.
Okay.
Usually it's slowly, but I have mornings where I just decide to go straight into the ice.
So sometimes it could take you 6-7 minutes.
Up to 12.
And what are you doing is you slowly dip yourself into icy water.
Yes, and then I stay inside of an ice bath 3 to 15 minutes. 15 is max.
May God have mercy on you.
It's amazing.
It sounds horrendous.
No,
Yes?
no, it's so nice. It's so nice. And by the way, why I want to start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in autumn in Dubai.
Which we will do.
Yes, we will do it.
I cannot wait. These poor boys. Can you imagine? Stella walks in. She's like, I'm here to do BJJ. Come on, boys. She doesn't think it's a problem. It's going to be fucking hilarious. I can't wait.
I'll wear hijab and abaya.
Full hijab, please,
Yes,
sister. No haram from you, sister.
No.
Fully
haram as usual.
So you're going to be like the darling of the male podcast world. You're doing ice baths, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
So,
I lost my feminine energy.
why'd you talk to me about wanting to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Actually is related to breathing work and ice baths as well. Because when you finish the breathing work and when you finish ice baths, you're supposed to do some moves from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Because it stimulates your brain a different way. It's Wim Hof method.
Wow.
But I never got the chance to learn that. And I wasn't sure if I really want to stay with this method. You know what I mean? You try different things and then something works for you and it works like for 2-3 months and then you're just bored and you forget about that. But this thing, I don't want to lose it. I want to do it every single day till the rest of my life. So if I want to do like full package, I have to learn certain moves from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So once when you finish breath work and once when you finish ice baths, you're supposed to
get down on the floor, do some Brazilian breakdancing. Do you remember what the moves look like, or?
It's something like this. He's doing something like this. It's like martial arts in general.
Yeah. I've seen Wim Hof do
but
that.
You saw it?
Guys.
Exactly.
Guys,
yes.
Come
but
on.
I wanna learn more. I wanna learn like.
You should. It's beautiful. Brazilian. You know, I used to do it for years. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, you told me. Even in Dubai, you were doing that with Muhammad.
Actually, yes.
You started.
We went
yes.
once. We're gonna
like
go.
when we stopped bachata, you started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I was in the middle of my burnout.
That's
so
right.
this is why I told you that I don't want to add more activities in my schedule because I was already overwhelmed and I couldn't do it. But autumn time, I'm ready.
We'll do it. Okay,
Yes.
this is going to be cool. So you want Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because it's part of the package of what you're supposed to be doing, and you want to explore this new.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to become like professional, I don't know.
Competitor.
No.
Yeah.
You just need to know certain moves, but I just want to learn it properly.
I think you'll love it. I think you're really going to enjoy it. It's great for your brain. It's fantastic cardio.
That's the point.
Yeah.
To set up your brain at the beginning of the day in the right direction.
I don't want to get myself in trouble here because I really fucking don't want to do ice baths. But breath work.
Yes.
I've been told that for sleep apnea, I can actually train myself. There's actually muscles in your throat and in your mouth that work better if you're breathing properly.
Yes.
So breath work is supposed to help reduces stress, which is huge.
Yes.
My major risk because of the traumatic brain injury from martial arts where I split the bag around my brain years ago when I was 27 and got the skull fractures. That made this surgeon that I saw, she was really worried. She's worried about like strokes and early onset. What's the thing where you forget everything? What's it called?
When you forget when...
Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. Oh, it started. Oh, fuck.
No, it's just because of it's lack of sleep. It's just because you're tired.
Lack of sleep, lack of
food.
So
many times you say like an amazing things and then 2 days after I'm just like, you remember what you said 2 days ago? It's so smart. It's so great. And you helped me to survive. And you're like, I said this. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's usually something really good. But because of the amount of cocaine I've snorted and the times I've been punched in my stupid head, I'm like, that's a good piece for the
And alcohol as well.
And alcohol. So the breath work, I did it with my sister a few times. She took me in Encinitas and gave me, with one of her friends, Justin Tien's, an hour-long session. And it was like taking psychedelics by the end.
Yes.
Minute 50 on.
That's the point. This is why I'm always back to that kind of a breath work, because otherwise I wouldn't be there every single morning.
So you're getting some hallucinatory effects from it when you do it?
100% every single morning.
Wow, you're tripping every day for free. That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I really...
Because it activates different parts of your brain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're getting some endogenous DMT flowing through your brain.
Yes, and I told you another effects as well, but you were shocked. Do you remember?
Tell them what you told me.
No, you tell them.
You don't want to say it?
No, it's not about that. It's just because you didn't have same effect when you tried, so I'm not sure that you did it properly.
You said it was like having an orgasm with your whole body.
Yes.
And
definitely.
you gave it to an ex to do.
Yes, and he told me the same. Not narcissistic, psychopathic ex. I don't want to help.
A nice ex.
Nice ex. I mean, a little bit crazy, cute, but nice.
Oh, that ex. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That one. Not psychopathic one.
Yeah. But he's quite he's spiritually open anyway, right?
Yes, he is.
So...
he told me the same. I didn't tell him because one night he called me and he told me that he's about to have a panic attack and he doesn't know what to do. And I told him literally like, Habibti, I'm not coming. Just you have to do your boo now. But I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. And then you call me back and let me know what happened. And I explained to him how he needs to breathe. And in like 20 to 25 minutes, I received a call and he told me the same. He got this experience.
It felt like having an orgasm with his whole
Yes.
body.
Yes.
I'll keep going until it happens. And then it's like free drugs and free sex. Great.
No infections.
No
nothing.
infections, no weird person to kick out afterwards. I don't do that.
You're not going to be addicted to psychopath.
No, I let
Nothing.
them stay. I give them my car keys, the bank account details, the whole fucking thing. So breath work, got to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the cardio because I can't really run. It's boring. And also the leg doesn't tolerate it. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think now the leg will be okay.
Let's see.
So it's hard cardio. It's hard.
I need it.
Yeah. When you're, once you've gotten past your first, 7 or 8 lessons and then you're rolling with people like semi-competitively, gently but competitively, it's like, it's hard cardio. Great.
Is there any girls or just guys?
There'll be girls there, but
Okay.
weirdly enough, usually, I don't know because I've not done it for years, but the way it used to be 10 years ago in BJJ, if there were girls who hung in there, you're better off with the guys because those girls are good. And
okay.
And they're
Okay.
tough.
They're
tough.
They're gonna be we're same gender. I don't have a mercy on you. But
Correct.
guys, yes, I understand.
It'll be a little bit easier. But it's so much fun. It's so much fun. The ice bath, proven time and again, right, to reduce stress, raise endorphin levels.
And dopamine.
I listened to Huberman's podcast, and he's like the research is conclusive.
Yes.
I try taking cold showers. I usually do like 5 breaths, and I'm like, and then I'm like, make it stop. So how am I? But I guess I have to do this, right?
It's just maybe this is gonna sound a little bit silly, but if you're just having that experience and then you're having this kind of story about that experience, you're screwed. You're never going to manage to do that. But if you are entering an ice bath from the field of awareness, then it's something completely different. Then actually you're just observing all the reactions of your body and going inside of an ice bath with 0 problems. So basically you have to go from this experience and story about this experience into the field of awareness and then all inside. All.
No escape. Number 1. So, okay. So, I cut you off before. Sorry. You've started the day with breath work. As soon as you open your eyes.
Yes. Literally.
Then you're putting yourself in an ice bath for 3 to 15 minutes. What do you do next?
Next, I just eat my breakfast. I feel great. Put makeup on my face. Leave my apartment, and I'm not that nervous in traffic. That's the great thing, because usually I'm just going crazy when it's rush hour, and that's, I think, always in Dubai, isn't it? So I'm way more calm. So next thing is actually breakfast. Once when I finish my ice bath, it's supposed to be the body moves, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't do that. I have to learn the moves properly, so I can do it. Hopefully September already. And then I have my breakfast and then I go to work.
Okay.
I mean, it's usually a coffee shop, but it's work.
What time do you hit work usually in the morning?
8.
8 o'clock.
8.
So, and you sometimes meditate as well on some days?
I mean, whole this breath work is meditation. You can't separate it from each other. That's it. Actually, you literally meditate when you're doing this kind of the breath work. That's it.
Right.
So it's basically every single day. And what I've noticed, this is really amazing. Usually I have like short naps at the afternoon, like 20-ish minutes. If I'm overtired and overwhelmed, and that's usually if I work from 8 to 1, when I go back home, if I don't take a nap, then I do the breath work again, and it's even better than taking a nap. I feel completely refreshed and I'm ready for the second part of the day. So I don't take like another ice bath. I don't do that, but I do the breath work around 1:30, 20-25 minutes, and I'm like a new person. So it is meditation. It is meditation. So it's very often twice a day.
Twice a day you'll do it.
Very often twice a day.
And this makes you feel much more regulated, much calmer.
Yes.
And more in control and safe.
Safe and not overreactive, not impulsive. It's completely other way around.
So otherwise you struggle with reactivity and impulsivity?
100%. I'm not a patient person at all.
Is this your Croatian DNA? You can tell me.
Or
no one's listening.
I don't know what's that. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's trauma response. Maybe it's... I don't know what's that, but it's not nice to live in that kind of body when your hormones are driving you crazy all the time and your adrenaline is so high and you're kind of nervous all the time and you have a feeling that you're in the middle of the battle.
When you say nervous,
anxious
some
would be
Slavic
more precise.
Language, is it anxious or cranky?
Anxious.
Okay.
Anxious.
Because I know
that's more precise. Anxious.
In Slovakian and Czech and in Romanian, sometimes when they say nervous, they mean cranky rather than anxious.
No, anxious.
You mean anxious.
Anxious. Okay. Yes, it's anxiety and crazy thoughts torturing me.
I'm familiar with that. This is why we're friends. We're familiar with the crazy thoughts torturing. Those nasty superego injunctions.
Yeah.
We're going to have to talk about weight loss. I'm just going to speak to them about sleep apnea for a second. Because of this thing that I found, 90%, they reckon, 90% of sleep apnea is undiagnosed. Goes undiagnosed. Most people have no idea that they have sleep apnea.
Because they don't have a partner, so what?
They have partners, but their partners aren't telling them that they're stopping breathing. If you stop breathing regularly during sleep, if it's more than 30 times an hour, it's considered severe sleep apnea, and your risk of death is goes through the roof. Mine's 50. I stop 55 times an hour. Yeah.
50 times?
55 times an hour.
In 1 hour, not one night.
An hour.
Basically, you're not breathing at all.
Yeah. So that's why the ENT doctor was really worried at first. She was like, okay, we have to do something about this very rapidly. And I have to see her again in a couple of weeks' time. And she was like, well, surgery, we've got to open up your airways. We've got to do something. That's why I said nose first, then tongue. She says my tongue is too big. Ladies, DM me. Just saying. Anyway.
I don't know anything about this.
It's very serious. I'm dying here. My tonsils are too big. Of course they are.
This is going wrong direction.
This is not the right direction. Anyway, it's supposed to be a message to people. Like if you're asleep next to your partner and they're stopping breathing, there's an app. It's
even
free.
If they are mentally sick.
Yes, tell them. Because I was stopping breathing and I had one girlfriend who told me, and that's how I found out about all this. She was like, you stop and it sounds like you're struggling to breathe. I went, no. And so then I messaged like 4 previous girlfriends, the ones who still speak to me. Thankfully, most do. Alhamdulillah. And Sister, alhamdulillah, sister, am I stopping breathing? And they would say to me, yes, you are stopping to breathe. Well, why didn't you fucking tell me? And they said, I thought you were knowing this.
They are looking at you?
They look at me. I stopped
breathing.
During
the night?
In the night, they're just there. He's so pretty when he sleeps. Stroking me, taking pictures of my feet.
Feet?
Of my foot. Naked feet. Oh, God. And I said to them, why didn't you tell me? And they said, I thought you knew. And I was like, I was just fucking asleep.
I'm not supposed to know that.
I'm supposed to know. So if your partner is not breathing, there's a free app. It's called Snore Lab. And you run it for 3 nights. If you get an average score across 3 nights of more than 75, contact your local sleep clinic. They'll send you out a sleep test, or you can sleep in the sleep clinic. In the UK, it costs like 200 quid, which is like, I don't know, in America, that means it'll cost $20,000 because Americans. And find out if you have sleep apnea, because the risk from stroke, especially if you have concussions, previous concussions, and your heart, like you just die of heart attacks. People die really young of heart attacks. It's very serious. You should get it checked. 90% of people go undiagnosed. The other reason to do it is because that means 90% of people with sleep apnea are driving when they shouldn't be. So I had to declare to the driving license authority in the UK that I have sleep apnea, which makes me a dangerous driver. So I'm not supposed to be on the road.
You can like fall asleep, or
Yep.
you're not able to see properly?
They're worried I'll fall asleep.
Ah, okay.
And this is how, when we talk about like childhood trauma and being tough and trying to deal with it and sort of neglecting your own needs, I have two doctors. So the first is a surgeon, and the other one is the sleep specialist. And she called me up. She said, "Do you get headaches, Mr. Grannon?" I said, "No, I don't get headaches." She don't get fuzziness in your head? No. And no pain? No. She said, "I'm looking at your results here. There's no fucking way you don't have headaches." But she said, "You have to be having headaches." And I was like, I was like, maybe, but I'm not registering them. She said, "Are you sleepy during the day?" I said, "Nope. I feel no pain. I feel nothing."
By the way, you were complaining about the headaches.
Was I?
Yes.
My concussion's bad, man. Was I complaining about headaches in Dubai?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was
especially at the beginning. And then later on, a little bit less. But yes, you were complaining about headaches. So you can tell her that you have headaches. Yes.
Yeah, because they were like, "You sleepy during the day?" I said, "No." And they said, "How?"
And then usually you say, "Oh, I have to eat something, then I'm going to feel better." And then usually when you eat, your headaches are gone. But you have headaches. So you were complaining about headaches a lot.
All of that apparently is just exhaustion. They were like, "You're really hardly sleeping at all. You're just not sleeping." Which, of course, I mean, the longer version of this story was when I was in Ibiza, I started going psychotic. Like
because of the lack of sleep.
Because of the lack of sleep, I was having visions and like.
That's fun.
It was really weird. It's really weird. I went back to the UK. I was staying at my mum's house. Got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, took my mum's car keys, and then walked to the local park. Came back, put the car keys back in the pot where they live. And my mum came out. She said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Oh, I just took my nephews to the park." She said, "Your nephews are in California? What the fuck are you talking?" I was in the park. I was watching them playing on the swings. My mind was going. My mind was just because I would sleep.
We are talking about May. Now this year, 3 months ago.
May, June. May,
okay.
June. So if anybody saw me posting on Instagram, May, June, I was psychotic. Because
of the lack of the sleep.
Lack of sleep. So I would sleep. It was torture. For about 2 weeks, it was real torture. I'd sleep for about an hour and then I'd wake up gasping, terrified, covered in sweat, having some nightmare that I was being choked to death. And then I would walk to reduce the anxiety. So I'd sleep an hour, walk an hour, sleep an hour, walk an hour, sleep an hour, walk an hour. And that's why I was like...
Outdoors,
yeah. It was the only thing that would bring the anxiety down.
When you move your body.
When I move my body, yeah.
Okay.
But I was like, God, it was horrible. And I realized, I'm back in therapy now. I realized I'm being really, really anxious. And I didn't know I was anxious. Because of the self-neglect, I was like, oh, I'm fine. I don't feel anxious. I just get depressed and angry. That's it.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, which is fine.
That's my reality.
Yeah, that's in line with my self-image. That seems like a manly thing to have, depression and rage. But no, I was actually
I'm very masculine.
really anxious all the time from fucking brain hypoxia. Because my brain oxygen was sinking below 90, she says. So, weight loss. They really fought like hell not to tell me to lose weight because of...
That's actually horrible. That's really horrible.
Horrifying. These are both really good doctors, very intelligent women, both super bright.
And they knew it, but they just didn't want to say it.
One of them was dancing. She said, she's posh. She's a very muscular chap. It says here you used to box. I was like, it's MMA, but yeah, fine. I was a boxer. And she said, oh, yes. Well, that can sometimes create some issues with the tissue around your neck. The tissue. Which is a posh way of saying tissue. She said, if it's 17 inches or larger for a man, 16 inches or larger for a woman, it's sleep apnea. So I said to her, I'll lose some weight then. No, you don't need to lose weight. You just need to lose the size in your neck. I was like, how the It's a thing. It won't be here in Croatia yet, but 5 more years it'll be coming. They can't tell you
you're fat.
They can't say you're fat. They can't.
I mean, you're not fat.
Thank you, darling. I agree. I'm beautiful.
And we know that.
Just a little plump. No, it's a body mass issue, and it doesn't matter whether it's muscle or fat. So I found out through the research of this, while I had the insomnia, tons of bodybuilders have it. It's a known thing. Loads of body. So then
because actually you are kinda overweight. It doesn't matter if it's muscle mass or fat.
Your body doesn't know.
You are overweight. You're carrying too many kilos on your skeleton.
So you got big pecs, big traps, big neck, and then you lie down and the door closes and your throat goes snapshot.
Yes.
And then if you've got a slightly blocked nose, you're fucked.
And you do have.
I do. I have a blocked nose because of the cocaine abuse, and then I was using phenylephrine from America to deal with it.
And it destroyed it.
Destroyed the
even
tissue.
more.
In my nose. Worse. The ear, nose,
It's
throat
side
surgeon.
effects.
She just said to me, she said the cocaine damage to your nose is minimal, but what you've done with over the counter, it's not English, it's American nasal spray. It's a little bit stronger, phenylephrine. She said this is the worst case of nasal lining swelling I've ever seen. And she was saying to me, how do you, are you finding it difficult to breathe? I said, it's a little bit difficult to breathe.
Yes.
She stuck the endoscopy up my nose. She was like, it's totally sealed in here. There's no room for you to breathe in here.
So actually nose is blocked and throat is blocked. And yeah, basically if you can't breathe, you're dying.
Death is happening. So they wouldn't say lose weight. They wouldn't say lose mass on your body. But the physiotherapist who taught me how to use the CPAP machine, I cornered her and I said, okay, should I lose weight? No, that's not necessary. Just use the CPAP machine. Blah, blah, blah. Danced around. And at the end of the phone call, it was a Skype call. I said, look, here's a theoretical. I lose 15 kilograms. What's going to happen? You tell me in your professional opinion. She said, if you lost 15 kilograms, probably inside of a year, you wouldn't even show sleep apnea. You wouldn't have sleep apnea as a symptom, probably. And I was like, okay, so in one reality, I'm going to potentially die in 12 years. And in the other one, if I
with a machine on my face.
With a machine on my face, which is uncomfortable, to be perfectly honest. Another one, just lose some weight and you don't even have the condition at all. But they really, really don't want to tell you that. So there's a whole conversation that has to be had. It's not politically correct. You've seen it, like in the comments, We'll see it on this. People go berserk. You start playing with their food and their biscuits and their cakes and they go crazy.
It's actually unbelievable because we are talking about anorexia and bulimia a lot. And nowadays, if you're overweight, then that's fine. It's self-love, self-acceptance, and so on. It's completely wrong. It's actually the same coin, just different side.
Absolutely is. It's a total double standard. So you could say, yes, if you're anorexic or bulimic,
then you're kind of sick. But if you're overweight,
that's beautiful.
That's great because you have to
fit it anyway.
Just do some like self-love affirmations and stuff.
And ignore all of the scientific research that correlates, for example, obesity with cancer. Obesity creates more cancer. And
you can't think clearly when you're overweight. It's just you're inflamed all the time.
Huge amount of problems. Last thing, steroid usage. There is a correlation between steroid usage and
it's side effect as well.
Side effect, and it's not. They said the research I looked at said it's not necessarily size. They said there are actually people who are quite ripped, but with steroids they would still develop sleep apnea, probably from inflammation. It's probably creating an internal inflammation. They don't really know. She said sleep apnea is multifactorial, so we don't know exactly what it is. Long story short, I need you to sort me out when we get back to Dubai.
You're gonna die. And
I thought you just said you're gonna die.
I mean, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. Fuck. That's a fact.
Okay.
But you'll have your diet.
Yeah.
And your training program. And you'll be forced to follow it.
Who's going to force me to follow it, Stella?
Me. I'm going to force you because people need you.
And I'm not allowed to die?
Nope.
Not yet.
Still no.
Still no. Maybe a little later. Then it's okay. Khalas.
60, 70 years to go.
So you actually already have a protocol that I should be following anyway. Like there's a way that you train your clients. I know that I was using your app, but I wasn't doing the full training regime that you do with your clients.
No.
I know that there's like different parts of the system that you teach. What makes up the system that you teach? What's the discipline that you teach people?
Actually, it will be very easy for people who are not living in a hotel.
Right.
So it will be very easy. You don't live in a hotel.
In a fucking hotel.
Yes.
Okay.
For number one, you're not gonna be living in a hotel. You're gonna have your own apartment.
Yes.
Which means Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, you'll be in the shops doing your grocery shopping. And you're not going to go to do that hungry because otherwise you're going to end up in the Starbucks having some weird coffees and eating some weird donuts
Yeah.
or protein bars, and
I'll buy like 7 protein bars if I'm hungry.
and you consider it a meal, not a snack. So I have my breakfast in Starbucks now. So basically, you have to have breakfast before you go to the shops.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to the shops on Saturday morning, you have to have your breakfast, and then you go to the shops.
Okay.
Do your grocery shopping. So
you even teach people what to buy in the
yes,
supermarket, right?
there is a grocery list. And they have to buy certain things, and they are not allowed to buy what they don't have on the list.
So,
I mean, they can. They're not gonna go to the prison if they do that, but I think we're adults, and it's
well, they're
a
only not going to
responsibility.
go to the prison because you don't have the power to send them. If you had the power to send
Yeah, I
them,
would. Definitely.
Stella's prison.
Yes.
Would you spank them?
On their face? Or
Why did you buy these cakes?
you're being naughty again.
Being naughty again. So you teach like how to buy food, the food to eat, but you have a system that includes even like organization skills as well, right?
Yes, because every single day they have to make a schedule for the next day. It's a must. They literally have to, I'm doing the same thing. I have a whiteboard and I have written down everything for the next day. 4:20, first alarm. And the last one, I never snooze my alarm. I just get up.
So you market yourself as a strength coach, but actually
It's a fat loss.
well, this is more lifestyle coaching. You're more of a life coach than I am.
I wouldn't say that.
Well,
I wouldn't dare to
I
say
really
that.
just do like counseling. I don't teach people how to organize their lives.
I mean, everything what I say, I think they already know. They know they have to go to the shops. They just don't love themselves enough to do that. I really think that. It's not like, oh, she told me I have to go to the shops. Anyways, they are going to the shops. So things you say, I mean, they really don't know that. So there is a difference.
Yes. Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
I do. It is possible to overestimate what people understand, though. You know, if you're an expert in a field, you might be like, oh, everybody knows this. Every expert makes that mistake. Everybody knows. You all know
yes,
this,
it's
right?
so simple.
It's
so simple. But actually, people are not thinking about making a schedule for themselves and following it.
So if you say to a room full of adults, people like me, an adult, I believe, like you have to go every Friday grocery shopping and you have to make sure that you're not hungry when you go.
Yes.
You'll get some glazed eyes because they'll be like, oh shit, we're not supposed to go hungry.
Yes.
That's why they didn't, just that one thing they might not have realized.
And usually people just do like Uber Eats and they stay at home instead of going to the shops and buying everything they need for the next 7 days.
So once I've bought the stuff I need for the next 7 days, what's my next priority to look at?
It's a workout, and you have to respect the RPE scale, and you have to respect the number of sets and the number of reps, because you are just overtrained.
Because I'm a psycho.
Said this.
What's RPE?
It's a specific method, actually, where you are deciding on your loads. It's not me who are telling you, oh, today you're going to lift, I don't know, 110 kilos for 5 reps. I decide for the sets. I decide for the reps. But you decide on the load. Because it depends. I don't know, maybe you're still not sleeping enough.
Yeah.
So if you're tired and if you got only 4 hours of good sleep night before, then of course you're not going to lift so heavy.
Okay.
So you have to decide about the load. Of course you're going to know 5-ish, 10-ish kilos more or less, but you have to decide for yourself.
What does RPE stand for?
It's actually the method where you have to feel that you're able to do 2 more reps.
Yeah.
If you're doing RPE, for example, if RPE is 8, you have to have impression and feeling that you're able to lift the loads 2 more reps, but you're not going to do it.
Oh.
So you're not supposed to burn yourself
so
to overtrain.
RPE 7 would be, I have 3 more reps in me.
Exactly.
Ah.
In my pocket, in reserve.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that.
So
because I have to train tomorrow, maybe because I have a life, because I have to work, because I have to spare some energy, because I have to spare my joints and tendons as well. Because if you have 3 or 2 reps in reserve left, anyways, you're gonna get your gains.
Let's just pull focus here, because we're now talking like gym people, and people who are not gym people won't understand what we're saying, but they might be surprised to know that for me to lose weight and build muscle, you're telling me I absolutely have to train less and less hard.
Correct.
Because you've seen how I train and it's too much.
Yes. You're literally overtrained.
Okay, so
it's
then
just
people,
too much.
most people who don't train will be like, oh no, but more must be better. If you're training hard and you're doing more of it, it must be better. They don't, like, people who don't use the gym don't know that can actually make you, not directly, but indirectly through lifestyle choices, exhaustion, lack of sleep, cortisol levels, it can make you fatter than you would be.
It's actually, it's not sustainable on the long term.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're changing your lifestyle, you're supposed to do things which are like, you can perform that on a long term.
Yeah, sustainable across
Sustainable,
time,
yes, over a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not able to perform this kind of the workout over a long period of time, then it doesn't make sense. But if you're overshooting every single time what you do, then sooner or later you're gonna give up. And this is literally what we saw. You just every now and then.
I didn't give up. My body gave up. My body was weak.
Every now and then you need a break.
Yeah.
Because you don't have actually time or space to recover properly because you're overshooting every single time. So like 2 or 3 times a week, if you're doing a strength training and your nutrition is in order, that's more than enough to lose the weight. You don't have to train every single day like a psycho to lose the weight. It's me.
You naughty girl.
Yes, I am.
So
probably someone is asking if we are together.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
My
DMs are overwhelmed. Are you in love with the G? Well,
the top G. For people who might want to join me because you're going to take me through this process, and they're thinking, "Ooh, I could maybe do that bit." It's food. They have to control what they're eating. They have to track, right?
Yes, they have to install MyFitnessPal. That's not if they want to do that or they don't want to do that. It's a must.
It's an app that's called MyFitnessPal.
Yes.
It's very easy to use. It's a great app, and you can track all the calories you're consuming and all of your macros, right?
Yes. And they have to delete Uber Eats, Kareem, and
Deliveroo,
Glovo, Volt. They have to delete it to cut it off. No alcohol.
No alcohol.
And no juices.
No
Don't
juices.
drink your calories. You're not allowed to drink your calories.
Sad times.
Big sad.
I'm big sad, madam. So, so tracking all the food, you're going to dictate what the food is, and ja moram
slušati. Yes.
Everyone must listen. Everyone must obey if they're going to do this as well. The workouts, though, the great thing with what you've got is you've got your own app.
Yes.
Where it's all of the workouts that you give are traceable within the app. People just write what sets they did. And
yes, everything.
Everything is tracked.
Yeah, and in 45 to 50 minutes, you can finish all of it.
And that, you would say, like, you'd be asking people to do 3 to 4 workouts?
3 times. Not
3.
4. Not 4.
3
3 workouts a week, full body, strength training, that's it. It's enough.
Okay. What else would I need to do for this period to start getting my life in order? So I'm just fixing my food. I'm working out 3 times a week.
You find apartment.
I have to have an apartment in Dubai.
No hotel rooms anymore.
No more hotel rooms. All my equipment, my cooking equipment and my supplements in one place. I'm looking forward to that. Not living out of a suitcase. That'd be good.
Yes.
What else would I need to be focusing on to get things in order?
When we are talking about sleep, you have to decide when you're going to sleep and when you're going to get up. Every single day. same time if you want to be a regulated person.
So
you can go sleep midnight if you want, 1 a.m. It doesn't matter if you want to wake up 9 a.m. That's fine as well, but you have to decide on timings.
And it's the same every day?
Yes, 7 days a week.
So say if this was a 60-day challenge, the things would be checking in. I would have to check in and everybody else would have to check in with me daily. The calories, what they ate, the workout, and the sleep.
Yes, and there is no mobile phone 1 hour before bed. And when you wake up, you don't take your mobile phone immediately. For an hour, there is no screens.
No screens
before sleep and when you wake up.
Okay.
Yes.
You are strict.
Very.
But we love you for it, Stella.
Saved my life.
Strictness saved your life.
Yes.
Is there anything else that they would be required to sign up to do? Like if they're doing the challenge along with me, what else would they have to do? Or is that?
No, that's not everything. They have to have protein bars with themselves always in their bags.
Okay.
And 40 grams of their favorite nuts all the time in their bags.
Okay.
Plus a bottle of water. That's a must. Because usually my clients are complaining to me when I ask them, but why you did it? For example, once my client of mine, she called me and she told me half an hour ago I had a half kilo of gummy bears. I was shocked.
She told you?
You really ate? Are you fine? Are you in the hospital?
Half a kilo?
Yes.
500 grams of gummy bears?
Exactly. And when I asked her why she'd done it, she told me because she was so hungry and she bought this gummy bears for her daughters. I mean, maybe for, I don't know. So they have it at home and they're going to eat it for 3 months. But she was stuck in a rush hour and she ate half kilo of gummy bears. Then another client of mine, she was that hungry. Why I'm telling they have to buy 50 grams of their favorite nuts, not more than that. Because another client of mine, she had 1 kilo of peanuts at home. 1 kilo. And she ate it at midnight. Because she was doing something on her laptop and then she got crazy and she ate kilo of peanuts. Kilo of peanuts.
That's a really, really good way to get fat for people who want to know.
Yes, and even now, they can't find an excuse because even the Starbucks have a protein bars.
Yes.
So when they are like, oh, I didn't have time because my kids were naughty and it took, I don't know, for an hour to get them ready for the school and stuff. Actually, even if you're heading the Starbucks first thing in the morning, instead of taking coffee with 1,000 creams and caramels and sugars, you can take Americano and the protein bar. So many times I do that in the middle of the day. If I don't have something with myself, which I usually do. In Starbucks, you can have espresso, you can have Americano, you can have protein bar. That's it. There is no excuses. So yes, they have to have protein bar and nuts in their bags or cars.
It's not really necessary for people to feel hungry on this kind of a thing either, is it?
Actually depends because sometimes it's not just physical hunger. It's emotional and it's about the habits. It's the same like with the smoking. They are just putting something in their mouth and chewing all the time. So even if they are not hungry, and usually people on my program are really not hungry. Actually, you've heard Dino a couple of days ago when he said that he lost already 8 kilos on my diet and he's not even hungry. So people are not hungry, but the habit of chewing and filling emotional voids with the food is still there. So that's the, let's say, the dangerous and tricky part.
I've done 75 hard twice, and I've done work with Ant Bales before, and I found that if you are eating proper food like veg and lean meat,
healthy fats,
my hunger levels just go down. My body's just like, okay, I'm good. You don't need to snack. You don't need to anything. This is I'm satiated. If it's good food, if it's
Yes.
high volume food,
Yes.
like really, really
yes.
fibrous
If
food,
it's high quality.
high quality, loads of protein, loads of veg, I'm good.
And even there's no problems for vegans and vegetarians.
Yeah.
I have them in my program.
They
Like
can-
no problems at all.
they can get
If they
enough
are
protein.
organized, 100% yes. They can get their proteins. No need to eat like meat and fish every day. No need. I mean, Sarah, you met her. She's vegetarian and she's with me like third year. No problems with that.
So, sleep is on point. You got to wake up at a certain time, go to bed at a certain time. Food is on point.
Yes.
Your training is on point.
Making a schedule
Making a
for the
schedule.
next day and managing the stress levels. Because
Managing stress.
this breath work is actually meditation. But the thing with people is lots of people actually can't sit for a 15 minutes or half an hour and breathe. So there is a walking meditation, but they have to leave their phones in apartment. So you get up early, you leave your phone in the apartment and you go for a walking meditation. No podcasts, nothing, no screens, no noises.
People really say they can't sit still for 15 minutes and do breath work.
Oh yes, so many of them.
What's the problem that they say they have when they try to do it?
They just have this urge to move and to do something. They just can't sit with themselves for 15 minutes to half an hour. And they are not even aware of that before they have this order and rule to do that.
Yeah.
And then it seems like very simple and very easy. And when they are about to do it, they are just like, I just can't. I can't sit with myself for half an hour. It's too. One client of mine, she told me it requires lots of efforts to just sit still and breathe. I mean, it is efforts.
It is effort, but that's a therapeutic problem, I would think. Like if you can't just sit still and breathe, you need therapy. There's something pretty serious.
It's easy for you to say that to your clients. This is why they are with you. But
You
mine,
should send your clients to me. I'll just sit there in front of them and go, you need therapy if you can't sit still, dude. Come on.
Yes.
15 minutes of breath work. Wow. I mean, it's not like you're saying 15 minutes of Zen meditation. Tough.
No,
That's tough.
I mean, like, you can't do it immediately. If I'm saying something like that, that means that I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Like, Zen meditation is something you're growing to that level. It's not like, oh, let's do Zen meditation. I would like to, but it doesn't work still for me. I just can't reach that level.
You've never done Zen meditation?
I just don't feel like any different than doing this kind of a breath work. Yeah. I think that's my level for now.
You won't with Zen meditation. But it's something, I'm going to do some free videos on it, which you can try when they come out. Zen meditation is not special. It's
like now you're going to do it? Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Well,
summertime?
Once we've got to Dubai, and I've got some time, because it's really nice. And it's not hard. It's not hard to do, and it's powerful. It's super powerful.
I don't agree. For me, it's tough.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
You see how I am with the ice baths? You're telling yourself a story and then you have to end. What did you say? You have to enter the moment of
awareness, blah, blah.
Enter the moment of awareness or something or other. I don't know. Some strange ideology. So they're going to check in and they're going to do these things and they're going to do it with me and you're going to keep us all in order.
Yes.
As a benevolent and loving dictator.
Every 4 weeks, you have to check your weight.
And if you are overweight, you'll be beaten. Every 4 weeks, we check weight?
Yes.
Okay.
Every 4 weeks.
Okay.
Check your weight.
If it runs for 60 days, is that long enough for people to see results?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You're going to be able to see results in 12 to 15 days if you're really following the program. 12 to 15 days, you're going to be able to see the first changes. In a month, even your friends are going to be like, oh, you're smaller.
Can I have the occasional gin and tonic or a cake on this program?
No, you can't.
I love the way she says that. No, you can't. Just a little one?
No.
Please.
And we can't share.
We're not splitting desserts anymore. That's gone. It's finished.
I can. You can't.
Great.
I didn't say I'm not going to do it.
You're not going to do it. Yeah.
No. I'm going to be temptation.
Okay. Well, once we get to Dubai, I'm gonna set that up. People can join me if they want to. 60 days, because I'll be in Dubai, October, November. Then I'm back in the UK. So we'll do it for 60 days.
And you're going for Christmas?
Back home to the UK.
Back home, and then you can eat whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll just snort coke and drink and take heroin
and maybe you work and
drink chocolate cake that I've melted in the microwave. Glug, glug, glug. No, I'll maintain it. I'll maintain it. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Actually, I became aware that Lord of the Rings is closer to real reality than this reality we're living in.
It's interesting because I genuinely think that there has to be a reality to Lord of the Rings and other fantasy
movies.
Fantasy movies. There has to be. It stands to reason, because otherwise, why do we find it so compelling?
Yes, we resonate with that. We just see it, and we are like, oh, I feel so comfortable with this. It's so familiar. It's so known, and I feel like I belong here.
Otherwise, it would be stupid and boring. You'd just be like, this is meaningless. It doesn't mean anything to me. But I think it's sort of like, it pulls at the outer edge of a memory, or a memory of a dream of another place.
Or a past life.
A past life that you were in. And that's why it's so compelling. Because I watched those movies loads of times. And I always think, I want to go there and I want to live there.
Again,
the way I used to. And then I think, why do I want to live there? And I'm like, I never want to see another fucking car or a logo or an advert ever again. Nobody has logos.
Yes.
Like, they wear like a cloak and it doesn't say Balenciaga on it. And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. That's great. Somebody made that. Obviously, it's a costume designer who made it because they're faking it. But that's the world that they live in, is a world where things are made.
Yes, actually, when you took a walk in the city center yesterday or this morning?
I did again today. I've taken a couple.
Yes, in the city center.
Last night,
and although it's old city, it's not like artificial.
They don't know we're in Split.
We're not. It's not like artificial modern city.
Yeah.
And you felt a bit anxious, didn't you? Or you felt like not that comfortable walking there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when we are talking about walking in the woods and walking in the city center, we feel way different. Why? Because human hand didn't make the woods, isn't it?
So,
like, I think whatever human made makes us a little bit anxious. But if we are taking walks in the woods, we're not feeling anxious. There is nothing wrong with us.
So what's wrong with things that are touched by human hand? Or is it the modern human hand? Or is it humans that are resonating at the reptilian end of the spectrum? Or what is it? What's going wrong?
Actually, I don't know. I just notice my feelings, and I just see my moods, and I just feel different. And that different is on opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So when I compare, I don't have an answer of this actually, but when I compare a state of mind when I'm in the woods and the state of mind when I'm in a city center or driving around Dubai all day long, it's not even close to each other. For example, last year I spent 15 days alone in the woods, and I was sad when I was about to go back to Split. I was in Croatia. If I spent 15 days at the gym, 8 to 10 hours, I'm in the middle of my burnt out. I'm burnt. My nervous system is completely burnt.
Your main account, where people can find you to become...
It's Strong with Stella.
Strong with Stella.
Yes.
They can learn how to get into better shape, become a bit more disciplined and take control of their lives.
Yes. More calm.
And become more calm.
Yes.
And they can join us as you torture me, help me get some...
I will torture you, that's 100%.
Wonderful.
You're looking forward.
I can't wait. I love this kind of thing. I genuinely am really looking forward to getting my life in order, because living like this has just been crazy. So crazy.
We need you.
Damn it. I thought I could just pass away quietly.
No,
not allowed. That's haram. And we'll give details for them to do that, but it'll be on your Instagram account, it'll be on my Instagram account, and through my email list as well. I'll let you know how to do that. Because if I don't do this, well, I just have no intention of dying young. I want to live a long, happy, healthy life and be a groovy old cat.
Yes. And actually, it's a big responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Choosing to live. It's a little hard.
To serve.
To serve.
Others.
Yeah. Yeah. Stella, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. Thank you. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for your time and for your attention. And we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take it easy.
I hope you enjoyed that. I have been on this protocol, as I said, the one that's discussed in the interview, for 5 weeks. My sleep has improved, my stress levels are down, and I have lost a good bit of weight, which feels better and makes it easier for me to sleep. If you would like to join me as I'm going through this rigorous disciplining at the hands of Stella, I'm going to be opening a community space where you can follow along with what I'm doing. You can share what you're doing, how you follow the protocol, and that will be for 60 days, and that will start on November the 1st. If you want to join with me in this process, then you can hit this link and join the course there, get into the community, and we begin, all of us together, on November 1st going through to January 1st. This is a one-time thing where we're not doing this again. So don't think, oh, I'll do the one in January. There's no one in January. This is it. This is the one time that we're going to do this as a group challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for your time and for your attention. And I look forward to sticking around for longer than I otherwise would have done, in a better physical state. And as ever, of course, I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. Thank you.